Hello, everybody. I hope you are staying safe and sane during these challenging times. I'm Nilangi. I'm a yoga therapist, and I feel very privileged to be part of the Thrive series and to share with you some ancient yogic wisdom and techniques. Before we get into the balancing breathing practice that we're going to learn today, I thought it would be helpful for you to have a better understanding of what yoga is. The word yoga has been derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, Y-U-J, which means union or to unite. We see this as a union between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness. And in the journey to unite the individual with the universal, we are bringing our consciousness, our mind, our body, and our soul to a state of perfect harmony and balance. Now, I feel it's important to mention here the yogic perspective of physical and mental disease. From the yogic view, this is a result of the body and the mind being in a state of dis-ease or imbalance. So when we look at disease or ill health through that lens, it gives us the power to be able to reverse that. Through using yogic tools and techniques, we can bring our body, mind, and soul to a state of perfect equilibrium, which will then result in us being at ease and in good health. So today we are going to learn a controlled breathing technique, also known in Sanskrit as pranayama. And this particular pranayama is called Nadi Shuddhi. I'm not sure if you've heard about nadis from Ayurveda, but very briefly, the nadis are the energy channels that connects our body with our emotions, our energetic body, our mind, etc. And so, through this practice of Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, we are clearing and balancing the energy channels within ourselves. On a physical level, it clears your nostrils and your sinuses. Additionally, it balances your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous systems. That means your fight and flight response with your rest response. You bring that to a state of balance. Additionally, it increases your digestive fire and it reduces your stress and anxiety. So let's jump right into learning this technique or this pranayama practice. With your left hand, you're going to gently place together your thumb and your index finger. You place that on your leg. With your right hand, you will bend your index and your middle fingers down. Now, before we get into the actual practice, when you are doing this practice, you want to have your back straight. So if you feel that if you're sitting on the floor, you can't have your back straight and you're hunching, then preferably sit on a chair where you're comfortable and your back is straight. If you're sitting on a chair, remove your shoes so you're barefooted and your feet are grounded, rooted to the ground. And if you're wearing glasses, you take your glasses off during this practice. Now, we will be inhaling for a count of 4 and holding our breath for a count of 7, exhaling for a count of 8. Now, if you do have the imbalance of high blood pressure or any pressure issues, I would stay away from retaining the breath. So you would just do the inhalation for 4 and exhalation for 8. Now, although I say we're going to count for 4, 7, and 8, or keep these counts, if at any point you feel like keeping these counts means that you are really straining and tensing your body, then I'd rather you forget about the counts completely and just be easeful and gentle with your breath and not push yourself beyond your capacity. And just go as far as you can in terms of for how long you can inhale, for how long you can retain if you're not faced with high blood pressure, and for how long you can exhale. Okay, let's get into it. So we're keeping our hand gestures, or in Sanskrit known as mudras, in this way: left hand, right hand. And you will close your eyes and you will breathe in and out from your nose. I will be speaking during this practice, of course, when you do it, you only. So first you close your right nostril with your thumb and you inhale for 4 counts. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and retain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in the same hand gesture, you will inhale for 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was one round. So just to go through that again, you inhale from the right nostril, retain, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left, retain, exhale from the right. So that is the practice that you will do when you are doing Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Now, one more thing to add is that when you are inhaling and exhaling, you don't want to be forceful again with that. So you don't want to be like, you just want it to be soft and gentle, just barely even hear it when you are doing this practice. Now that you have learned this Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, I would like for us to talk a little bit about how important it is to have a daily self-care routine. I know that Robin spoke about and went into some detail about mindful breathing last week. So it would be really helpful for you to be able to incorporate mindful breathing and this Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama practice in your daily life, either in the morning or in the evening. Now, there isn't a best time to do it. I would say, of course, don't do it after you eat. Just after you've eaten, preferably stay away. Just stay for about 4 hours or 3 or 4 hours before you go ahead and do these pranayama practices. Also, if you are menstruating, preferably stay away from that. If you have headache, fever, flu, also don't do your Nadi Shuddhi practice, but you can do mindful breathing, so it doesn't mean that you can't have your self-care practice. So a lot of people ask me, should I do in the morning or in the evening, which is best? And really, it really depends on you, your day, your life, and you. Some people prefer to have that time for themselves in the morning, just before they start speaking to other people and engaging, just for themselves to kind of go in. Some people like to use their evening self-care practice as a way to just, wind down from the stress of the day. Whichever works for you would be the most sustainable way to implement it. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that you received some valuable practices from our time together. And I hope you again are staying safe and sane. And I hope that you'll be able to feel more grounded through the implementation of what Thrive is offering to you all.